No! Why does she always fall on her face? She loves falling on her face. Not Wonder Woman's gonna have one heck of a bruise on her head. Alright. So, my favorite figure in this wave. My favorite... Hello! Today on the channel we're going to be unboxing Squadron Supreme Power Princess. This is a Marvel Legends series figure from Hasbro. It is part of the Void Build-A-Figure. Yeah, these figures, I don't know, I thought they were a lot older in my mind when I was unboxing a lot of these other ones that were in the wave. I was thinking it was like over a year and a half, almost 2 years old on these, but actually these have only been out for, I don't know, 9-10 months, something like that. They're almost a year old, but not quite. But yeah, happy to finally get the Void, this Build-A-Figure belt. This is the last figure in the wave I need to get unboxed before I can put the Void together. So this one comes with the legs. This one was the hardest figure of the wave to pick up. I was lucky enough to get it pretty early on. I did not pre-order this. I actually pre-ordered Vision and Crystar. So those were the first two I had. I always pre-order two, hoping those will be the hardest ones to get. Didn't think this one would be that hard to get, but I think because she looks so much like Wonder Woman, I don't know if people are doing a bunch of customs to make her look like Wonder Woman, I don't know. But this one has become very hard to get. Like, it's not even listed on Hasbro Pulse as like available, sold out or anything. It's all the way back in the archives, which means it's not coming back anytime soon to Hasbro Pulse. And if you want to buy it on Amazon and other places, it's all scalpers, you know, scalper pricing, probably looking... Last I looked, it was going for about, I think 40, right around 40-ish dollars. So, yeah, it's unfortunate for, and honestly, I don't know anything about this character. I know zero, squat, zilch, other than that she looks like a ripoff of Wonder Woman, of course, an Amazonian. I don't know, so we'll read the blurb on the back of the box, but I really don't know much about this figure other than she was hard to get, and I needed it for the Void, so... Thankfully, I was able to get mine pretty early on from Amazon when they had it. Not the first wave when it came out, but the second time they had a little bit of a restock. And that was the last time this one was available for retail. So I was able to luckily get it at that point. So that was the front of the box. Here's the back. But we'll read that blurb when we pull up closer. Here is the first side of Power Princess. And the second side is going to be the same, just flipped. Top of the box just says Marvel. That's what they've gone to on the windowed boxes now. And then the bottom, you've got your barcode and legalese. I am going to pull it in closer in case you need that barcode. Alright, let's set it here, pull the camera back, get a little closer look at everything, and we'll go completely unboxed. There's your Build-A-Figure Marvel's The Void logo, 4+ warning, Marvel Legends series, and then there's Power Princess. Looking pretty cool. We'll say that. I like the shield and the sword. Pretty nice. A couple extra hands. So you got your holdy hands to come with installed. Then you got a punchy fist and kind of a splayed hand extra. That works. And then you get the legs of Void. I don't like that Void has pins still. That's kind of funky. I'm hoping that Power Princess, looking at her here, it doesn't look like she has pins. So that's nice. At least the two female characters in this wave didn't have pins because most of the male characters did, which is weird. But there is Squadron Supreme Power Princess on the bottom. Moving to the back, there is your Squadron Supreme Power Princess as well. Marvel Legends series. Power Princess uses her extraordinary strength and skill to protect Earth alongside the other members of the Squadron Supreme. I'll be honest, I don't know the Squadron Supreme. I don't know who they are. I'll have to figure that out. Look up and do some research, I guess. But there she is. In comic book form, the Power Princess. And there is your Build-A-Figure of the Void. All the figures that we needed. So yeah, doing this one now. Did Crystar, did Justice, Vision, Namorita, and Namor. And then the Black Panther, of course, I need, but I didn't need him for the Build-A-Figure. So if he ever gets under 20 bucks, I'll pick him up. Because I do have a classic Black Panther, but this one looks cool. But if this one doesn't go under $20, then I can live with the other one. And there's that Void when I get it put together. He's going to be pretty creepy and cool. And the bottom legalese. Alright, let's set her right here. Tilt down. Let me grab my X-Acto knife. Just want to say, if you're enjoying this video, if you give it a like, if you enjoy action figure unboxings, toy hunts, shelf tours, go ahead and subscribe to Hey What That On My Shelf and get that all on your feed. I greatly appreciate it. And a fun comment is also very greatly appreciated on this channel. With that said, let's get this not Wonder Woman out of her box. Alright. Let's get these Build-A-Figure pieces out first. The Void is going to be cool. I don't like... I wish it was updated with everything. I'm at the point where Marvel Legends just needs to get rid of pins. Every other line is pretty much done with pins. We got to get them out of Marvel Legends. I don't know. It's just, yeah. It just feels old school now. But I think this thing is going to look pretty cool when he's all built. So, the Void. Alright. Let's do these hands. Extra hands. So, like I said, she got the punchy fist. I do wish she had two punchy fists. I will say that. She's kind of a power princess. I'm sure she can punch down walls and such. She gets a splayed hand instead, though. So, I do, honestly, in a perfect world, she should have two of these, one for each side, and then two punchy fists and two holding hands. And that's not what happened. Oh, well. And let's get to the sword. There it is. See how soft plastic this is. It is pretty soft, but it's keeping its shape pretty well. I like that. That's nice. And I noticed with Namor, he had this kind of same plastic for his trident, and it kept its form really well. So I like whatever new plastic they're using that's still flexy, but keeps its shape better. It's nice. Here comes the shield. Not any paintwork on here, which kind of stinks, but it looks cool. I mean, I guess I'd have to paint it myself. The back just has a clip. It's not like the Captain America where you can flip it down because it doesn't peg into anything, so it is just a clip for the arm there. So that works well on the forearm. And here she is. Here we go. Princess Diana. Squadron Supreme Power Princess. There she is. That's a cool looking head sculpt, though. That it is. She has the wispy hair, and if you've ever seen the Marvel Legends or the video where I unbox a figure that has wispy hair, I always wish that it has a second head. Because I like when the hair is just kind of down for one, and then you could have your wispy dynamic hair for another pose or something like that. Because I want to do animation with these, and when the hair has this movement, it's just not my favorite. I don't know. I would love a second head whenever it comes to wispy hair. So, yeah, actually for any of these Marvel Legends, I wish they all came with second head, but that's, I don't know, that's asking for a lot apparently. So, this does look neat though, and it will look cool on the shelf when I figure out what the heck a Squadron Supreme is. I don't know if this is shelf, like, I only throw characters on the shelf that, for one, it just looks amazing. I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love it. Or stuff that I absolutely know and love. So, well, whether this is going to be a shelf figure or not, I don't know. I kind of doubt it, but there's your head back. There's your head forward. A lot of forward. I'm guessing this is a ball joint on a rocker. Can't go back too far because of that hair, but you're going to get everywhere else you need to go. No, it's a double. I'm always wrong. So there's a ball joint down there, and then you've got your ball joint that goes into the top of the head. Looks like a joystick. Old school arcade joystick. Alright, throw that on there. No butterflies, but you got a peg and a rocker for the shoulder. Then you got your bicep cut, very good. And like I said, double jointed elbow, no pins. That's the way they should all be now. You got an up and down here for the holding hand, and then a right and left for the punchy fist, and a right and left for the splayed hands. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is an up and down, the other ones are right and left. Yeah, correct. This holding hand, yeah, same thing. So, okay, yep, that is right. The waist, you've got your hula hoop here, so it's just the ball joint. There's your back. There's your forward. Side to side. There is no waist cut. I would love to see Marvel Legends go to a waist cut here, that's a ball joint, and keep this ball joint here and have that double ball joint action. I don't think that's asking for too much. I really don't. I think that would be amazing to bring these female characters up to what I feel is kind of the norm with other figures and things at this point with the extra waist articulation. So would love to see that within the next year or so. I don't know if it'll happen. I know we're starting to see some articulation here with the Black Widow that came out that has at least an ab crunch. And then there's Warbird that's coming out. It's a Target exclusive. I always think of her as Miss Marvel, of course. But I believe, I think it is also a, just like the Black Widow, where it's a waist cut, which is better than nothing. I'd rather have, waist cuts are not my favorite, not waist cuts, ab crunches. Ab crunches are not my favorite because it kind of leaves some weird gappage. But I'd rather have the articulation than not have the articulation, if that makes sense. But ultimately, I would love a ball joint. Just cut that right there, have a nice concave ball joint right there that you can swivel there and swivel here. If you've ever seen or have the Jada Toys Chun-Li, that's the best example I have of a double ball joint waist. It is so good. I'd love to see that in Marvel Legends. I say that on all these videos with these female figures, but dang it, I'm really lobbying hard for double ball joint waist cuts. It'd be amazing. Alright, the leg. Oh, that kicks out really well. You got a ball joint right there. There's your kick to the side, as we just saw, way out there. I need to get a focus going. Just focusing on the back. There we go. Kick forward. Boom. Kick back. Right there. You got a waist cut. The waist cut. No, we talked about there is no waist cut. We have a thigh cut. That's what I meant to say. It gets a little funky. It's not the worst I've ever seen because of the way the muscles aren't really protruding. I mean, it is up here a little bit, but it's not like the male ones where they're really bad. So it's not the worst thigh cut I've ever seen, but I still will not move mine. Mine will stay in the 0 position. But it is there if you have to use it. I see they printed on the inside of her leg, which is weird. You think they could have done that somewhere else. They have to do it on the inside of her leg. That's kind of weird. All right, double jointed knees, no pins. I do very much enjoy that. And I did see it does have a boot cut, so very nice. So there's just a peg going down there that allows that to swivel. Love that. And a front-facing pendant rocker on her super high-heeled boots. All right. This is a pretty cool figure. I'll say it's one of my top figures of the wave. I'm just trying to get a focus here, and she falls on her face. Get up, get up. You're okay. All right, let's get her to stand. These feet are just kind of a little hard because of those high heel boots. Come on. You're not acting so supreme all of a sudden. There we go. Something like that. But I will say, she is pretty cool. I have all of them now unboxed for the Void Build-A-Figure. I'll throw them all up at the end and kind of point to which ones I think are my favorite and which ones are my least favorite. Probably do the same thing when I put the Void Build-A-Figure together. But there's the legs. Let's throw those over here. We'll throw everything that you get in the box of Power Princess, not Wonder Woman. There you go, right there. There's a focus. There's everything that comes in the box of this Squadron Supreme Power Princess. Wipe away all those accessories. Whoops, smack the camera around. And we'll throw some other figures. Let me throw another figure here for scale, and then we'll throw all the other figures next to her that were in the waves. We're going to have to come up because it's Juggernaut! There he is. Throw Juggernaut there. Let's throw one of my other favorite figures in the wave. Let me get her to stand again. Crystar. I really liked Crystar. There's a lot of older articulation stuff, but he is cool in the waist and stuff. But man, how am I gonna keep her standing? Come on. There we go. Please just stay. Other than her always falling on her face, her articulation's pretty good. She's just kind of hard to keep standing. Let me get Juggernaut out of here and we'll throw all the rest of these figures. So this was the one I wanted the most, was Vision. He's lacking in a few areas, are not my favorite, but it is great to have this old school Vision on the shelf. I didn't have one, so love having this Vision. I thought this one was pretty cool, but had some shortcomings. We'll talk about that here in a second. Let's throw her over here and Crystal a little closer. Then you had Justice, who was not great. And then Namorita. I don't know if we can get everybody in the same shot. I'm going to try. Now, if I can just kind of push them together, that'll work. Kind of just go like that. Namor doesn't fall down. And maybe a little more sideways with Crystar. Justice over here and Namorita right there. That should probably do it. Very good. So, talking about this entire wave, that's the entire wave of the Void. Actually, we have some room right here. Let's get him over there. No! Why does she always fall on her face? She loves falling on her face. Not Wonder Woman's gonna have one heck of a bruise on her head. Alright. So, my favorite figure in this wave. My favorite... That's tough. I'm actually gonna say Crystar. Crystar's my favorite. He's pinless. He's just all new sculpt everywhere. He's a dude made of crystal. He comes with great accessories. He just looks cool. He's really cool. He's so different from anything I've really unboxed. So I really liked him. I would say probably number 2. Oh man, I'm gonna go Power Princess number 2. She has all kind of new gauntlets and boots and everything look really nice. No pins. Her head sculpt's really nice. I would say she's probably my second favorite in this wave. Then I'd probably go Vision, only because I love the Vision and I love this version of Vision, but I don't love this ab crunch, the holes that it creates right there. I do like that it has butterflies at least. The cape gets a little cumbersome. The legs are not my favorite, the boot cuts and stuff. Oh, Namor. He's mad that I didn't pick him next. Yeah. So I'd go a Vision next. And then it's almost like a tie-up between Namor and Namorita. I am going to go Namorita only because she has what feels like more updated stuff. I like the head sculpt is amazing. And the paint job on it and everything, the way they print on everything, it looks great. I think the hair looks really cool. Like I said, I always wish it has a second head, but I do think it looks really neat. She has no pins, so that's great. Just really cool. The reason he's lower is he's old school. He still has pins all over the place. He just feels like he came out of a box from 2018. As far as everything, except for the head sculpt, is really cool. That's my favorite part of this whole figure. I do like these gauntlets and the leg pieces as well. Those are the best parts of him. The rest of the body, whatever reuse this body was, I hate it. It's not good. So I don't like it. And then the worst is Justice, because he's got the pins. He's an old body style that just feels so out of date. I will say his head sculpt is pretty cool though. That's the only redeeming quality of him. His head sculpt is awesome. His body is just awful. So don't like the articulation and stuff with it. So that's the Void Build-A-Figure wave. I think for the wave overall, once I get the Void built and see how he looks, I'll kind of go over that in that video. I'll probably do this again with all these figures as well. But it's an okay Build-A-Figure wave. I would say, man, if you can get a Power Princess, do it, because there she goes. It is a great figure. But is very hard to get. And I kind of understand why she's one of the harder ones to get, because she is pretty cool. So if you can get one of those, do it. Crystar is super cool. Of course, Vision is just awesome to have. If you don't have a Namor, it is worth picking up. I would say if you can get that for retail, you're lucky. Get it. If you can get Crystar for retail, he's worth it. If you can get Namorita for retail, I would say worth it. If you're a big Vision fan, if you're a big Avengers fan, I'd say he is worth $25, but if you could give him under 20, that would be awesome. Namor under 20 for sure, maybe 15 for me if you don't already have a Namor. Justice, you should buy for under 15 bucks. Maybe 10. I do not like this figure. Yeah. I'd say he's maybe, I would go about 12 bucks. I would say he's a $12 figure in my mind. But that's how I kind of feel this six figures works out. I don't have the Black Panther. He is part of this Build-A-Figure too, even though he doesn't have a part. I don't have that figure, and he is part of this wave. So if I ever get it, I'll throw all these back out with him and kind of reevaluate where he fits in with these. Being that he's the figure that doesn't have the Build-A-Figure part, usually those are more updated and a little bit better quality in my estimation of what I've seen from these Build-A-Figure waves. But I don't have him for now, but maybe down the line. Alright, that was very long, and I'm sorry. This was a long unboxing, but hopefully it was fun for you. It was fun for me. There is your Squadron Supreme Power Princess. Stay tuned for some posing. Thanks so much for watching.